Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another Manny chat. I've been gone for a bit. I did the unboxing for which this set came from the Color Street Color Play subscription box, Rise of the Dragons from October 2024. Serpent Spell. As I mentioned in the unboxing, I really wanted to wear this strip right here all by its lonesome, with all of these wonderful scaly bits right there, and then just one for the accent. And so that's what we're doing today. So already built in mixed Manny in one strip. So if you're watching and you are new, welcome. I'm Wendy from Cali, born and raised in Cali. I love to do my nails and just chit chat about life. If you're into that, keep watching. Otherwise, there's so much other content on YouTube that you can watch, and you can totally go do that if you're not interested. For those who are coming back, welcome back. Thank you for always just watching me blabber on about my life. A lot has happened. I've had a very hard time trying to get some time to do my nails on camera for y'all, but it's been really busy, not only at work, but personally, like personal life has been crazy, to the point where, how much do I reveal? My mom got into a car accident. She's okay. My mom and dad were in the car. One of my aunts and one of my cousins was also in the car. It is my mom's beautiful car, her 2017 RAV4 that Panda Bear and I helped her pick out when she bought it, used. And yeah, over the weekend she got into a car accident, was rear-ended, and the airbags went off and everything, and the car is considered totaled. So the insurance have already taken the car away to do their whatever they do with cars that are considered totaled. And so now my mom is looking for a new to her car. But for now, we're making do with what we have at home. I told my mom, luckily everyone seems to be okay. There were a few minor injuries, but nothing to write home about, I would say. And I did tell my mom that she should be careful what she wishes for, because for the past few months she's been wishing for a new car. She's like, kind of, sort of, I'm ready for a new car. Yeah, but not in that fashion, not in the way that things went down this weekend. So, but yeah, so dealing with that, along with dealing with crazy time at work. It's crazy busy at work. Won't go into the details. Yesterday we had something not even like related to the projects that we're working on, but we had some training that had to be done. I guess by law, this training has to be done with businesses and stuff like that. And so we had this training. I was in the office, and of course the training was scheduled on the same day, where I booked over a month in advance to go get my hair colored and trimmed and get a facial before my business trip. So I was not going to reschedule my appointment because it was booked over a month in advance. So I had to make it work. So I was in the office, and right at the 2 p.m. mark, and the training was officially over, packed up and left, like, straight away. And I did make it to my appointment on time, and my hairstylist, I don't even know what to call her, because she does many things. She does hair, she does facials, she even did my eyebrows for me, so now I don't have to go and get my eyebrows threaded. So she worked miracles, I'll tell you that, because my hair was very, very, how do I describe it? So during the pandemic, I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about it, but I really wanted to do purple hair. And so Panda Bear's mom gifted me a day in the salon with her hairstylist who did my hair purple. And she did an amazing job. And with those that don't know, hair dye with colors that are vibrant like that, they don't last forever. They fade, and you have to, it's very high maintenance. And if I had to do it all over again, I probably would not. I would likely buy myself a purple wig instead, because years later, I'm still dealing with when you dye your hair that kind of color. You have to, with my dark hair, you have to bleach it to all hell and back to get it to the right color that will take that bright purple dye. So my hair's been growing out for a few years now, and still has those streaks of highlights and streaks of, you know, bleached hair. My sister-in-law Carla helped me for a while just dye my hair at home to kind of, you know, cover it up. But again, if you're not using completely permanent hair dye, the semi-permanent hair dye will eventually fade, and I was sick and tired of it. I am very low maintenance when it comes to my hair. I let my hair air dry. I don't blow dry it usually, and I don't do anything to my hair. Like, I wash it and put it up in a bun, put it up in a ponytail, put it up in braids. Like, I don't really style it or anything like that. And so having high maintenance hair color is not my jam. So I told Stephanie, who's new to me, because I searched for a new hairstylist and found her. And at my first haircut with her, I told her about, you know, what my concerns were with my hair and what I wanted to do. And she's like, oh yeah, I totally can help you with that. And so fast forward to yesterday, she worked miracles. My hair is now almost exactly like what it should look like. The natural Asian blackish brown hair, which I was hoping for. She did it. And I'm so thankful for her in doing that. If you are friends with me on Facebook, I'll post a before and after picture just so you can see. But yeah, so needless to say, I am so happy about my hair. And yeah, don't have very much else to say besides that. Trying to get ready for my trip, my business trip. So I fly out Sunday, get picked up from my house at 8 in the morning, and then we fly out and arrive like in the evening time, a little after dinner time, to check in. And then we've got 3 conference days, and then flying back that last conference day, we like leave right after the conference to fly back home to Cali. And so I'm very nervous because I haven't flown since pre-pandemic days. And even pre-pandemic days, I was a little bit of a nervous flyer. Not enough where I have to take drugs to like knock me out or anything like that, but I have the most morbid brain where I think of like the worst case scenarios of everything. And so, you know, I've been sounding out all the worst case scenarios with Panda Bear, and then having him comfort me on that. And so, yeah, so let's just hope for the best, plan for the worst, you know? But yes, I'm excited to travel, but also very, very nervous and scared. So send me good vibes, peeps. Send me good vibes. I'm gonna need them to just deal with it. I'll probably feel much better after the trip is over. So yeah. And plus, I haven't traveled anywhere without my family and Panda Bear since pre-pandemic days. So again, I'm feeling a little... Oh, this one's messed up. I'm not gonna use that one. I'm feeling a little bit like anxious because, you know, I'm not used to it. And of course, I just lost my orange stick. Where did my orange stick go? Okay, I'll find another orange stick. There are plenty of them. I've been like so busy at work that I've been working 12 to 16 hours a day, even on the weekends, and I keep misplacing things. And it's because I'm just, my mind has like 10 different things going on, and so I'm trying to like get as much done as I can before this business trip, and it is driving me a little bonkers. So I apologize. That's one other reason why I haven't been filming, because I'm just a jumbled up mess right now. If you have seen Inside Out 2, I'm literally the character Anxiety right now, even though I identify very much with Sadness. On default mode, I am totally Sadness. And Sadness isn't a bad thing. I mean, people make her out to be such a bad thing, but you know, Sadness is, sometimes it's good to feel that sadness and let it in and just have a good cry. But yeah, I'm Anxiety right now, like through and through, running circles and trying to get as much done as possible, without going bananas. So I apologize if I've been MIA for a little bit. Maybe it doesn't feel like I've been MIA a little bit. I don't have a set schedule for my videos. They're really just vlogs for me to remember what was going on when I did that mixed Manny or that Manny. And, you know, you guys are just welcome to enjoy this public diary of my life. And I hope you do. I mean, for those of you that watch, I hope that I do provide that entertainment for you. But yes, about the nervous flying. So there was one time when I was on a business trip where I had to fly out of New Jersey. And when we took off, the pilot minutes later said we had to turn back around because one of the engines had shut off. So, needless to say, like, I've been through stuff, like, not life-threatening stuff per se, but nerve-wracking stuff that's like, yeah. And this is also why I try to avoid taking elevators too. I've been stuck in 4 elevators now, in my entire life. And once was at a shopping mall, but it didn't last for like that long. It was maybe minutes. 2 other times was at my university where I went to school, in their parking structure. And you would think that I would have avoided going into that elevator in the parking structure after the first time, but I was dumb. Young and dumb. And then the last time I got stuck was at work. At work, our office, we have an elevator too. We only have 2 floors. Don't even remember why I was even in the elevator. I try to avoid taking elevators as much as possible. But it was on a weekend day when I was working overtime. And I was trying to get stuff prepared for when everyone else came in to start doing overtime work. And I got stuck in the elevator. It was just a couple of minutes, but I was freaking the F out because one, weekend day, so who's gonna even like know like I was there, but also, you know, I knew coworkers were coming eventually, but yeah, anyways, it stopped working for a moment, and luckily it picked back up before I had to call the fire department or anything like that, but it was just bizarre. So now when I have to send stuff downstairs or upstairs, I'll literally throw the rack of stuff in the elevator, push the button, and instead of going in the elevator with the rack, I will literally just run down the stairs to meet the elevator, because I don't want to be stuck in an elevator. But yeah, those are my horror stories about planes and elevators. Hope you enjoyed that. Reminiscing about those times. Fun times. Not. But because it's been so busy, it's been very hard to get any mixed manis done. I've just been trying to do like a single set mani, or maybe a single set with an accent pack or something like that, which is what I did with my prior mani that I didn't record. So I had used After Hours, which is a retired set from one of like the little mini launches that Color Street has, and then I used Sacred Scales, which was the accent pack from the Rise of the Dragons Color Street color play box. And so yeah, and you know what I realized? Serpent spell, I used this instead of this, and maybe I want to layer this over that. I just realized that, because I really do love this scaly look. But yeah, I used Sacred Scales over After Hours, and it was so beautiful. Like, I didn't want to take it off, but it was time, because there was a lot of tip wear from having it on for almost a week now. And also with these Color Street dry nail polish strips, if you don't double up on them, well, even with regular nail polish, if you wear it for a while and you're not wearing like gel nails, for example, there will be cracks that show up, because our natural nails are meant to bend, and when they bend, the polish is dry. So if it's fully dry, it's gonna crack. So there were evident cracks in my prior mani. So I was like, okay, I've got an hour for lunch, and doing a single set of Color Street doesn't take an hour to do. And so that is why I'm here recording this video and doing my nails really quick. And I am loving this. So I'm a May Taurus. A May Taurus, our birthstone is an emerald. And so greens are always something that I gravitate towards, especially when it's like a green like this. Once it starts getting very like peridot-y green, I'm not as into that type of green. So yeah, this is right up my alley as far as colors go. So I'm gonna layer this over. I'm gonna do it, yeah, I'm gonna layer it like that. Let's just place the whole thing over, because I do like this one more. Although the ombre look is very pretty too. And I'm gonna save these to use with, there's a purple set that was included in the Rise of the Dragons color play box that I wanted to use those with to mix, because those are my favorite colors, purple and green, and then blue follows. So all of those cool colors I am a fan of. But surprisingly, like, if you were to ask me, I remember when Camille is the first Color Street stylist that I encountered, thanks to my cousin Jennifer. And Camille, because I was new to the party in Color Street, she sent me a twosie. But one of her questions for me was, what's your favorite color when it comes to doing a mani? And my answer was red, because I do love a good red. If it's a classic looking red, that is definitely like what I love. If I were to have to choose just one color for my nails, I'm happy that there's so much variety, but for me, it's like red, almost like a burgundy wine, oxblood. That kind of red is what I kind of like gravitate towards. So she sent me Beijing Beauty. So red is like my thing too, but as far as colors go, I'm really into jewel tones, and I really am more like, my preference is for the cooler tones. So, your greens, blues, purples that lean more cool than warm. So yeah, that's a little bit more about me. We're still pretty good on time. All right. But yeah, when you have overlapping priorities at work and you're trying to juggle all these different things, it is hard. And I am one of those where I have the hardest time delegating work, and because I'm just like, oh, I want to have my eyes on it so I can make sure it's perfect. But what the problem with that is that there is no perfection. You can strive for perfection, but you're not ever going to reach it. You can get as close as possible, but the perfection is very subjective. Is it subjective or objective? Anyways, whatever. Point is that can't be perfect, and if you take on way too much stuff and you don't learn to delegate, you're gonna mess up. And I mess up, and so I have now learned that when things get a little bit too much, I need to reach out and just delegate work to my available colleagues, because one person can't do it all. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many hours you put in, one person cannot do it all. And so those are my life lessons that I've been learning these past couple of weeks. I'm just very happy that I work with a great bunch of people. And, we get stuff done. And so that is always, it warms my heart, basically. But if you're wondering about the Band-Aid on my finger, so yesterday's training asked for a volunteer to disarm the shooter. Nobody wanted to volunteer, and so I was like, I'll volunteer. Let's just get this training moving, because I need to leave exactly at 2, And so, of course, the instructor or whatever was telling me what he wanted me to do, but he didn't specify that I had to go slow, because I was imagining this is a real shooter. How am I going to disarm the shooter? And so I was a little rough, a little tiny bit rough. And I'm a big gal. If you've seen Encanto and you've seen the character Luisa, I identify very much with Luisa. So, anyways, long story short, the rest of the training, he made sure when he had volunteers to tell them to go quarter speed. So, whoops, my bad. But anyways, I accidentally sort of cut myself on the plastic gun that he was holding. Because, again, I was putting myself in the mentality that it was a real shooter, real gun, and I needed to stop and disarm the shooter. So yeah, that's what happened there. Hopefully it will. I mean, I didn't even notice. I knew it hurt, but I didn't think about it too much until I looked down and I saw blood, and I was like, oh, I cut myself. So then I threw a band-aid over it. It's not that bad. It'll probably be healed before I go on my trip on Sunday, so not worried about it. But yeah, what I'm also worried about for my trip is packing. So I bought myself a new carry-on luggage because it's been so many years, and our luggage, like our carry-on luggage, like selection hasn't been that great. So I was ready for a new one. So I bought myself one in a nice blue color that kind of matches our company's like logo color. So I'm very excited and happy to use it. But with carry-ons, because I'm a big gal, my clothes, trying to make those things fit into a carry-on size, and then also remembering to pack the things I need for the conference as far as conference giveaways and all that stuff. It's gonna be a little bit rough on the way there. On the way back, it'll be so much easier, but on the way there, I'm like, this is where my Tetris skills come in handy. I am my father's daughter. We actually love packing. Like, it's like trying to do a puzzle, you know? Trying to make things fit. And so I'm excited about packing, but I'm also nervous about packing because I want to make sure all my clothes fit into the suitcase. Luckily, we were told we don't need to wear like business formal, so I don't have to bring a full-on suit. Although I'm debating whether or not I want to anyways, because I don't know why, because maybe just in case is a better thing to say instead of because. But just in case, I might just pack my suit just in case. So then on that first day of conference, if it looks like other vendors and other folks are dressed up like more than what I packed, I have like a backup plan. Because you can't, a person of my size can't go on and just go shopping and buy a suit like right off the rack like that. So anyways, I'm done. Look at that. In less than half an hour, I finished this mani. This is Serpent's spell. And if you watched all the way through, yay for you. Go ahead if you want to leave a comment. You can leave a comment, or if you don't know what to leave a comment, but you've watched all the way through, go ahead and leave a snake emoji, because this, for some reason, reminds me of a snake. It doesn't remind me of a dragon. I don't know why, but snake emoji. And yeah, the next video that I'll be recording is likely going to be when I return from my business trip. So until then, I hope you guys all take good care of yourselves. Hope the weather's good where you are and you're not affected by the hurricanes and other inclement weather and natural disasters. Today we had an earthquake drill here. So yeah, just hope everyone stays safe, healthy, and I will see you all next time. Peace.